What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. So I've been asked a couple times what my perks are, the direction that my perks might be going in. Um, I felt it might be easier to kind of do just like a shorter type video where I go over the perks, what I've taken, things I really wish I would have known, and we'll quickly go over that real quick. That made no sense, but I think you know what I mean. Let's kind of start in the tech tree here. Targeting control systems. Yeah, if you individually lock onto stuff a lot, sure. Security, definitely want to max that out. Piloting, boost pack. Your weapon systems. So depending on the weapon systems that you have placed onto your ship, I would definitely highly suggest putting points into those. I had not done that earlier. I don't know why, but I am doing that now. So I've got 2 points into particle systems for now. I can probably put a point or two into ballistics, as those are the 2 weapon systems that I have on my ship. I did max out the shield systems. That is really good to have. So if you're going into combat, make sure you have shield systems maxed out, as well as keeping Vasco on your ship, as he's going to help give you a slight boost to the actual shield strength as well. That's another thing. If you didn't know, the characters that you have on your ship with you, if you look at their perks, essentially it's just additional points into your perks. So if your ship is really lacking on something, you know, try adding a crewmate to your ship to help with that. Starship design. This is something I wish I had done much earlier in the game. I was focused on other stuff, so I never did it, but I kind of wish I had. There are some really good parts, engines, weapons, grav drives, shields, things of that nature. Once you unlock level 4 for the Starship design, I mean, you open up a whole huge world of parts that are just really good. Like your engines, for example, they'll go down in weight, but they'll go up in like their boost and their thrust. So you definitely want to try to unlock this kind of early. I mean, I haven't. It's not the end of the world, but it is nice to have. Same with Starship engineering. It just increases you know, the speed at which things repair. It's not entirely that important. I don't know, I'll work on it when I work on it, I guess. I just put a couple points into it like recently, so not that big of a deal. This one's kind of cool right here, boost assault training. Instead of like trying to control your boost up in the air, actually I can just show you this one real quick. So instead of trying to, like, you know, control your aim on your, well, instead of trying to control your aim on the way down, right? So if you're up in the air and you scope in, you'll actually hover there and you can take your shot that way. Just make sure you pay attention to your boost, especially if you're on a planet with high gravity, because you will hurt yourself on the way down. Let's go back into our perks here. Automated weapon systems, I would recommend as soon as you get enough points into tech, unlocking this and maxing this out ASAP, as it does increase or reduce the amount of time it takes for your weapon systems to recharge, and the amount of damage that they do. And automated weapons are so strong. I have 2 automated weapons and 1 manual weapon. They're just really strong. This one, I mean, yeah, go for that one. Like I said, it is pretty cool. That's the one where I was just hovering. It's a good one to have. EM weapon systems, I don't have any EM weapons. Robotics, I mean, if you're interested in it, I don't know. I don't really care about all that kind of stuff. Engine systems, this would be a good one to have as well. Payloads, I mean, it just kind of depends on how you're playing your game as far as payloads go. If you're doing a lot of hauling, or you're doing a lot of moving resources, building a lot of stuff, then yes, I would probably recommend maxing out payload. I mean, I have it. I got 2 points into or 3 points into it, and that's enough for me. I mean, really, I think my ship holds what right now? Yeah, so my ship has a cargo capacity of 14,000. You can just, modify your ship and add a couple extra storage containers onto the side. This is shielded cargo, and this is shielded cargo. So, I mean, you don't really have to worry too much about putting points into that, or, I mean, you can if you want, but it's not the end of the world there. Surveying. Okay, so this is where I messed up. I would highly recommend maxing out your surveying. This is what's going to be when you're on a planet in, let's say, you are looking for resources. So the higher you're surveying, the further you're going to be able to see your resources. Now, I can see a long way right now because I do have the max upgrade scanner on the planet. And that's something you could do as well. When you land on a planet, let's say you're looking for, I don't know, some iron and aluminum stacked together. Just throw down an outpost anywhere, throw down that big old scanner, and then as you're running around, you can see a really long distance. I kind of wish I'd have known that a long time ago. That probably would have saved me a significant amount of time as far as like hunting where I want to place my outpost. I don't know. There's so much to this game. I guess I just overlooked it. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is at this point. But yeah, so definitely put points into surveying. If you're doing a lot of building, it's going to allow you to really see, out there. And it's going to save you a lot of time in running because otherwise you can only really see like right around you, so trying to find the perfect spot takes you forever, and Lord knows you've probably passed 10 perfect spots. But anyway, so we'll move on to the next one here. All right, so surveying, like I said, I would put 4 points into that ASAP, especially if you're doing a lot of building. If you're not planning on doing any building at all, don't even worry about it. Research methods. I don't think research costs that much material wise anyway. So I didn't really care about putting points into it. It just, the resources themselves are really cheap. Med packs, for some reason, I don't know why, I cannot seem to get the last 2 points in healing. I have been on 3 out of 4 like the whole game. I don't know. I have no idea why. Maybe it's bugged. Maybe it's just me. I have no idea. But I've done a lot of combat, used a lot of healing, med packs, and I don't know. Geology, I don't think it's really that important. I guess maybe if you're wanting to farm your own stuff instead of purchasing it, but I just go purchase everything because credits are so easy to farm. If you go, all you got to do is go do a side mission somewhere, right? Pick up all the weapons, all the armor, all the packs, and sell them. And then you've got enough credits just to do tons of research. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. Astrodynamics, I really don't think you need to worry too much about maxing this one out. You can. I only have to make one more grav jump, and then I can max it out. So I should probably just do that. But the higher up you get in points, the longer it takes to level stuff up. So, botany, scanning. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about this one or if it's worth it. If you know if it's worth it or not, maybe drop it in the comment. So I don't know. I can't really comment on that. Spacesuit design, I don't think that makes any difference once you hit your new game plus. You're probably going to be running the starborn armor, right? So to me, spacesuit design doesn't make any sense because you can't modify the starborn armor. Now, if you could modify, like if once you unlocked rank 4 and you could modify starborn armor, sure, I'd say go for it. But I don't believe you can, so I don't think there's any point there. Um, weapon engineering, definitely 4 out of 4. Do that one pretty soon, so that way you can craft your mods and you can, you know, do all the cool things with your guns. Zoology is kind of the same. I don't really think there's much of a need. Maybe if you're trying to play as like a pacifist, or you have some, you know, unique play style that you're looking for, sure, you know, maybe then that would be something for you. But um, it's really not that important at this point. Astrophysics, I mean, it's pretty cool. I think the idea behind it. Is it necessary? No. It just allows you to scan everything without having to jump from one system to another or one planet to another. So it's kind of up to you on whether you want that one or not. Chemistry, I haven't really crafted much as far as the chemistry goes. So the pharmaceuticals table, I haven't used that really. So I don't really know. I don't think there's anything there worth making. Yeah, if you need something, just run to a doctor and buy it. Again, I think, you know, credit per hour wise, unless you're wanting to make stuff yourself, right? But otherwise, you're better off just, you know, landing on a planet, running somewhere, killing a whole bunch of guys, selling their weapons, and then, you know, buying it that way. Outpost engineering, definitely want to max this out. As you can see, you know, costs for your resources to build your stuff. As you unlock this, you're going to start unlocking better things. Between outpost engineering and the research for your outpost, that's when you're going to start unlocking the tier 2 and the tier 3 extractors and like solar, wind, those kind of things. So I would definitely recommend maxing this one out as quickly as you can. Maybe just go place random stuff down to max it out, because it is going to be beneficial for you if you're wanting to build a lot of outpost stuff to have fun. This is one anitronic fusion. I think it's actually really cool. To get an extra 5 units of power. I don't know if it's necessary though. Again, in terms of trying to think about utilizing your points, I don't think it's really that beneficial early. Maybe later if you want to do it. It's up to you though. I mean, you know, it's your game. How are you playing the game? Are you spending a whole bunch of time flying around? I mean, it's really up to you. But so this in combination with maxing out starship design will open up a lot of options as far as like parts that you can utilize and use on your ship. So I don't know, up to you. Planetary habitation. For your first outpost, this is not necessary. I would highly recommend building what I'll call your home outpost on a planet that doesn't have the extremes on it. And then once you're moving out from there, you can start building on some of these extremes. You just have to keep in mind that even though you unlock this, you're not actually, you're still going to suffer the effects of, you know, being on those planets for long periods of time. So the only real benefit here is allowing you to have more outposts. So it's kind of up to you. I don't really think, personally, in my opinion, I don't think it's necessary to build on planets with extreme temperatures. Although I'm sure I haven't looked at all the planets, and Lord knows somebody in the comments will be like, yeah, but this planet, yeah, okay, yeah, probably. So I don't know. It's up to you there. I haven't found the need to put points into that yet. I've been putting points elsewhere. I mean, points are getting harder and harder to come by right now. Yeah, I would definitely put a couple points into special projects here. This will allow you to craft a couple different unique things. Oh, I held it too long. at the outpost. It is required. Special Projects 1 is required for outpost engineering. No, required for one of the research projects. Sorry, I just bumped my microphone. So special project is required for one of the researches. I don't remember what it's for or like which one of the researches it is, but it does end up being required for some of your researches that you have to complete. Combat. Now these right here are going to depend on what favorite weapon systems you are running. Me, I like the ballistics. The lasers are cool. There's a lot of stuff. It's really cool, but I'm enjoying the ballistic weapons right now. So I have begun, or I have been maxing those out. This is really just, like I said, it's going to be dependent on what weapon systems that you're using. I did max the lasers out because it does benefit your mining gun. This thing right here. So this does benefit from the lasers, right? And if you put all 4 points into that, if you're using this to fight people, you'll start setting them on fire as you're fighting them. You know, so I would say even if you're not using any other laser weapon, I would still put 4 points into this because you never know when you're going to need to use that thing in an emergency. And it does do a lot of damage. It's pretty cool setting everybody on fire with that thing. Again, I don't use a lot of pistols. No points there. I've started to really enjoy the shotgun. Especially once I was able to craft a couple mods for the one that I'm using. You can see right here. Oh, where is it saved? There we go. So I'm really enjoying this thing. Started putting points into shotguns. It's just fun to use, especially with, like I said, when you can craft all your mods for it. Rifles is what I was using, so I maxed that out. Incapacitation, heavy demolitions. I don't know. Are you throwing a lot of grenades? I haven't found myself throwing a lot of grenades, so I haven't really bothered putting points into it. I mean, I have a ton of grenades. I just haven't found myself using them. Marksmanship will be what I unlock next. I wanted to max out the armor penetration first. It's ready for a point. I just haven't got a point to put into it yet. Maybe I'll go farm some more XP shortly. Crippling, I think, would be a pretty good one to have as well. In sharpshooting. So definitely, I mean, combat, you're going to want to put a lot of points into along the way. This one's maxed out. Rifle certification, rapid reloading, sniper certification. You're just going to do more overall damage. I don't find myself shooting from the hip very frequently, so I haven't put points into that yet. Again, you know, just it takes a while to get the points, right? So you really have to pick and choose where you're putting the points as you go. I just haven't found, you know, that is a beneficial use of my points yet. Eventually I probably will, just to have it. Social, definitely max out commerce. If you have not, I would absolutely recommend like that be your #1 priority. Like if you have not maxed out commerce, go do that first. Don't put points in anything else until you've maxed out commerce. You will no longer struggle for credits. I mean, it's not going to be like the biggest game changer in the world, but it's going to definitely help you increase the amount of credits that you're collecting on a regular basis. Persuasion, yes, it's helpful. If you have not maxed it out, if you don't want to put the points into persuasion, you know, you could always just do the scum saves, save it, and then try it again over and over and over until you get the results you want. Otherwise, I don't know. That's a tough one to think about. Persuasion's very useful, right? But it's not the end of the world if you don't have it. Scavenging, I don't know. I mean, I don't run out of anything as it is. once you spend a couple hours in game, you've looted a bunch of ammo, you've looted a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I didn't find any huge benefit to put points into scavenging early game. I'm kind of working on it now, but I haven't really found the biggest use of that. Theft. I just unlocked theft. I have not had a chance to pickpocket anyone, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. I can't really give too much opinion on that one. But I think this right here is really gonna be cool. So it's just kind of one of those fun things to do. I don't know. It's not necessary. Although I guess it depends on your play style, right? Are you a pirate? Are you a thief? Are you role playing? What are you trying to do in your game? So I don't know. Like I said, I literally just put a point in a theft to go have some fun with that and test it out. So deception, diplomacy, intimidation, isolation, negotiation. These 5 points right here, I don't think I don't think it's worth it. Maybe if you have points in all the other things that you want, go for it. There's not a whole lot in the social tree that I really think is overly interesting. It's even this one right here. I mean, yes, a little bit more health, I guess, but they don't really die anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, they can carry some more. Yeah, okay, maybe they'll heal you every now and then. I don't know. I mean, I really don't think this is that useful, the leadership perk. I mean, yeah, they can pick themselves up from a down state, but at the end of the day, I just don't think it's worth it until you've gotten some of your other stuff maxed out. Outpost management, I don't know. Even if you max this out, right? Your extractors produce twice as fast. I mean, even if you max that out, I really can't see any huge benefit along the way unless there's something I'm missing right now for the additional crew. The additional robots is cool and all, I suppose, but unless there's something I have yet to figure out, I don't really see any use for anything more than just rank 1. Manipulation, sure, I suppose, if that's what you're end up having fun with, but I don't do much with the manipulation. It doesn't really intrigue me a whole lot, so kind of up to you on that one. Ship command, I would suggest putting a couple points into this. I have not done it yet. Again, I've found other things that are more beneficial to me at the moment. But I do think having at least rank 2 in this one would be pretty good. Possibly rank 3, and I guess if you really want to grind it, rank 4. But this will be a good one to have at some point, the ship command. Xenosociology. I don't really care about it. Again, it's the manipulating stuff. I don't have a lot of fun with it. I'd rather just kill the stuff and keep going. So if that's the kind of stuff that you have fun with, sure, put points into it. I probably will not put more points into any of this other stuff. Maybe this one until like I've gotten everything else that I want. It's just not that big of a deal. Physical, I think unarmed is kind of silly anyway. I don't really have a lot of fun with the boxing part of it, so I'll probably never put a point in that unless I'm, level 294 or yeah, I think 300 is the max. 300 points maxes everything. No, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'd have to look that up again. I forget what the max points are. Yeah, probably never put points into that. Fitness, this is really cool. You don't necessarily need to max this one out, but having rank 3 in it, just that extra 30% oxygen is pretty cool. It does go a long way. Stealth attacks, yeah. This is gonna be your play style. If you are just Rambo, then stealth probably doesn't mean much at all to you. Although I would suggest that you at least get rank 1, so you get that stealth meter. And that way, when you're creeping around, see how it shows hidden? If there's enemies around you, that bar will change colors, it'll change stuff, and you'll kind of have an idea of, you know, how you stand around the enemies, right? So at least having rank 1 is going to be beneficial there. Weightlifting, I maxed that out first. That was the very first thing I maxed out. And wellness was the second thing I maxed out. Pain tolerance, yeah, I mean, I don't know, physical damage reduction, so just more mitigation to damage. I do think I've noticed some benefit from it. I partly want to recommend maxing this out quickly. It's kind of up to you and your play style. If you're real passive and you creep everywhere, maybe it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. I'd probably recommend maxing this one out, or at least getting to rank 3 pretty quickly if you haven't yet. All the rest of this, I don't really care. I mean, I don't think 10 resistance is really going to give you a lot of extra benefit. Although I suppose rank 4 would do you some good there. The reduced chance to gain afflictions. I don't know. I mean, it's, again, this tree, cellular regeneration. This would be pretty cool. I need to put some points into this one. Because this one right here is, I think, 20% chance of not gaining an injury when you otherwise would. I mean, 20% is not a large chance, but you got to think, you know, if you, 1/5, you know, think about it. If you fall from a high area, you now have 1/5 of a chance to not. I don't know. I mean, I would. I do still have some other stuff that I want to put more points in first, but eventually, you know, this tree I think is a pretty good tree. I put 1 point into concealment so that I no longer set off enemy mines. That's legitimately about it. I suppose maybe one day I'll get a melee weapon and I'll do everything else, but right now, I don't know. I mean, I haven't put anything else into it. It just, I don't feel the need for my current play style. I would recommend just putting 1 point at least into this, so that as you're creeping around, you no longer set off the enemy mines. Yeah, I don't. Again, this comes down to like the melee, and I'm not really interested in, you know, the melee kind of combat. Yeah, 20% chance to stun an NPC with an unarmed attack. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really into the melee. Rejuvenation is actually a pretty cool one. You know, you're gonna slowly regenerate your health. I would suggest at the very least putting 1 point into rejuvenation. I mean, if you want to work on unlocking all of it, sure. I would suggest just at least putting the 1 point into rejuvenation, though. What else? I feel like I missed something. Or maybe I feel like I missed a lot of things. Did I talk about medicine? Yes, that's the one that's bugged for me. I just can't seem to make it max out. Yeah, I think that's gonna pretty much cover all the perks. Anyway, if y'all have hung out for this video, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you on the next one.